kids, and welcome back to My Happy Place. I'm Miss Johanna.
And I'm Miss Charity. And yesterday we left Moses with the children of Israel after they crossed the Red Sea and were saved from Pharaoh. And today we're going to find out what happens to them.
We're going to sing the song, My God is So Big, and it kind of goes with our story from yesterday and ties into our story from today about all the amazing things that God did for the Israelites, showing them just his power and his might. So let's go ahead and sing that song.
My God is so big, so strong and so mighty, there's nothing my God cannot do. My God is so big, so strong and so mighty, there's nothing my God cannot do. The mountains are his, the valleys are his, the stars are his handiwork too. My God is so big, so strong and so mighty, there's nothing my God cannot do for you.
That was good. So we've been following the Israelites on their journey out of Egypt, out of slavery, and God brought them out, and now they're going to the Promised Land. And as they were traveling, God did so many different miracles for them. He gave them manna that would just come down from heaven every morning, and the Israelites would gather it and make it, and it was food. And one time he brought quail for them because they wanted some meat. Another time he brought water out of a rock. He did all these amazing miracles for them. So after the children of Israel had been wandering in the desert for many days, they came to a mountain, Mount Sinai. And God told Moses to come up into the mountain. So Moses went up into the mountain, and God gave him 10 special laws he wanted the Israelites to follow. And these were 10 rules that God wanted the children of Israel to obey. So when he gave Moses these laws, he wrote them on stone tablets. And I have some great heavy stone tablets here today. And these 10 laws, we're just going to read through them really quick. And they're also on our activity sheets that are on our website. You can color them in while we go through these. Okay, so number 1 is, thou shalt have no other gods before me.
Or put God first.
Number 2, thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image.
As in, don't have idols or anything that comes in between you and God.
Number 3, thou shalt not take the name of the Lord thy God in vain.
Don't swear.
Number 4, remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy.
Or rest. Go to church on Sunday.
Number 5, honor thy father and thy mother.
Obey mom and dad.
Number 6, thou shalt not kill.
Don't kill.
Number 7, thou shalt not commit adultery.
Don't commit adultery.
Number 8, thou shalt not steal.
Don't steal.
Number 9, thou shalt not bear false witness.
Don't lie.
And number 10, thou shalt not covet.
Don't covet things that don't belong to you.
Exactly. So these 10 laws God gave to Moses, and he was supposed to take them down to the children of Israel and give them to them and say, this is what the God who brought you out of the land of Egypt, out from slavery, these are the laws that he wants you to follow. Well, when Moses came down from the Mount of Sinai, he heard shouting, and he thought, that must be war, that somebody must be attacking the children of Israel. Well, God said, that is not the sound of war or battle. And he came down and he saw the children of Israel, and Moses was up in the mountain just for a short time, and they had already gone away from the God who brought them out of Egypt. And they made a golden calf, and they were bowing down to that golden calf and worshiping it.
The second commandment, thou shalt not make idols.
That's right. So they had already broken 1 and 2, and Moses was so angry that the children of Israel, he had only been gone for 40 days. And he came back, and they had already gone away from God. He was so mad, he took the tablets of stone that God had just given them, and he threw them on the ground. And I'm just going to set them down. There we go. He threw them on the ground, and he broke them into pieces. And then he took that golden calf that they had been dancing and doing horrible things around. He took it and he ground it into powder, and he put it in their water and made them drink it. as a punishment to them. And then Moses told them that the God of Abraham and of Isaac and of Jacob, of their fathers, that took them to Egypt to protect them from the famine and from dying, and then he was the one that brought them out of Egypt, away from slavery and the oppression of Egypt. That same God was going to take them to the promised land, but they had to obey and follow him. Well, when the children of Israel heard that, they were very sorry, and they were embarrassed and ashamed of themselves that they had so easily been turned aside and started worshiping a golden calf, which is an idol that can't talk to them. So the children of Israel said, we want to follow God. We want to do right. So when God heard that they wanted to follow him and wanted to do right, Moses went back up into the mountain, and God gave him a new set of those same commandments on the tables of stone. He gave them to Moses to take down to the children of Israel. And God said, keep my commandments and I will give you the promised land. And that's kind of like us. Not necessarily that we need to keep the 10 commandments to get, some land or even to go to heaven. We know that the only way to get to heaven is not by keeping the 10 commandments, but by trusting Jesus. But these 10 commandments help us get along with each other and teach us what God expects of us. He gave these to the children of Israel a long time ago, and but he still wants us to follow them.
And Jesus said, if you love me, keep my commandments. So just like our parents say to obey them, if you love your parents, you will obey them. And when you disobey them, it doesn't mean that you're not their children anymore. It just makes them very sad. And it makes Jesus and God very sad when we break his 10 commandments.
Think of our story today about how God expects us and wants us to follow him and obey him, and we can show him that we love him by obeying his commandments. And his commandments are to put God first, don't bow down to idols, don't take God's name in vain, remember the Sabbath day, honor and obey your mom and dad, don't kill, don't commit adultery, don't steal, don't lie, and don't covet. Those are just 10 things that God wants us. That's his standard of right and wrong. So let's put this down, and we'll go over our memory verse before we finish for today. Joshua 24:15. Choose you this day whom you will serve. But as for me and my house, we will serve the Lord. Joshua 24:15. Choose you this day whom you will serve. But as for me and my house, we will serve the Lord.
And tomorrow we get to learn where our verse comes from Joshua. And we're going to learn about Joshua tomorrow. So hope you can join us, and we'll see you next time.
Bye!